Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, the Ninja King, and today we're doing what if issei had Archer's powers. So yeah, anyways, for people wondering why there's gameplay and not music in the background, I've just been playing a lot of solo leveling and Rise. Anyways, let's not waste some more time and get on with the intro. So before we do start, let's have a recap of what happened last time. So what necessarily happened last time was that issei managed to make out all of Reina's information. He made contact with Azazel, and he even stopped the entire operation currently going on. Now obviously there's going to be a lot of changes thanks to this. You can say it was the butterfly effect, timeline change effect, protagonist bullshit effect, I don't know what to call it. Anyways, after that he basically kicked out the perverted duo. Yes, the duo, not trio, since issei is not a part of the group this time, reasons. And well, if you guys just want more information, just go and watch the goddamn video. But basically what just happened at that exact moment is that now issei is gonna go and meet up with Rias. As issei basically walked to the hall of Kuro Academy, everyone saw him, waved at him, said hi to him, and he basically then decided to arrive at the occult research club. Oh boy, things are gonna be a lot more hectic. What do you think, Drake? First thing, nothing happens, and then a voice comes. This one was a lot less echoey than before.
Personally ask me, things are a lot more different than when it was my time. I sound like an old man, don't I? But you already have your powers and mine as well, so you don't need to worry about things like that yet.
Okay, so your voice changed, and I don't know how to feel about that, but I'm not even gonna question that. As the moment issei enters, he basically sees Kiba Akana, who's always there. He gets a tail down his spine, like telling him to stay the back away from her. He doesn't know why necessarily, but he just gets this feeling. So he basically just moves away as he kind of scoots next to him. He moves away again, so he scoots next to him, and until he just sits next to the couch. Where sees Kaneko. Oh, hi Kaneko. Kaneko nods at him. As then issei hears the running of Sour. And I'm gonna get myself into some situations, aren't I?
Depends on what you currently call situations.
Drake would then say to issei as issei just sighs, waiting for, well, Rias to come out sour. As he does, he basically just looks away as Rias says, I know, my, aren't you quite, gentleman, issei-kun? Okay, shut up, wear some gloves. Issei would then say, covering his eyes. He has already enough of this over his many lifetimes. Heck, many timelines in fact. Saber, Rain, Luvia at few points, even his goddamn own sister. He really questioning why those universes existed at those points, and was happy to know that they were pruned at one time and another. But issei basically just looks away. There were also other options as well, like a fantasy world he went to as a counter guardian, and he just had enough of them. He's basically desensitized. After Rias basically put on a clothes, he came next to issei, and issei basically just looked at her. Rias looked back at him, and he looked back at her. She was going to say something before issei said, listen up, you guys want to know if I'm the masker, right? As immediately everyone kind of spits at a drink, realizing that, yeah, he guessed it. Yes, we did want to know that. Rias would then say, looking at him, oh boy. Issei would then say, projecting the mask's mask, and then presenting his two blades. Yes, I am. Kiba would then look at him. Amazing craftsmanship. He picking up the two dual blades of issei/Archer. What are these called? Kinso and Bakia. How interesting. I see, so your secret gear is a blacksmith type? Issei would then think he wants to run with it, but he also doesn't. As then he thinks for a bit before saying, yeah, I have a blacksmith type secret gear. Amazing, Kiba would then say. Say, do you want to spar? Issei immediately looks at Kiba and wonders to himself, is this man serious? Issei knows that he's gonna whoop his ass. He already has mana boost, spiritual core, manipulation, and heck, he has all the abilities he had as his servant. If projection wasn't already a clue of that, he also has strength enhancement with, basically every ability he has. As a servant, he still has it in this world. Issei just sighs before thinking to himself, so fucking why not? Fine, Kiba, let's just do this. As then, in the backyard of the court, Rias, Aquino, and everyone else would basically be looking at this. Issei would then say, alright, let's start this. trace on. Issei says, summoning his two blades, Kinzo and Bakia. Immediately, Kiba would then say sword bite, immediately pulling out one of the swords from the ground. Huh. Does he also have projection? Or maybe his secret gear is similar to projection. Issei thinks for a bit. My secret gear is sword bite. It allows me to create any demonic sword that I've seen or has. Ah, interesting. Issei would then say. Immediately both of them would rush, and in the front of the field everyone can hear clangs of blade. Luckily a bounded field was put on so that no one else can hear it. As Issei's sword was moving left and right, dodging around, and so was Kiba's. They both were striking each other, moving away, moving at high speed, blocking each other's attack and striking each other over and over again. But neither one of them was seeming to be the clear winner at this situation. As then Issei moved away, going back and trying both of his swords. Kiba would immediately dodge it before he sees it. One of them did hit his elbow and it was kind of bleeding. Amazing. His accuracy is off the chart. Issei would then think, thank you archery classes. Before he summons his two swords again, immediately going for the offensive. Kiba immediately pulls out a different sword, and this time it creates a barrier. Issei strikes the barrier before, as easily as it does, Issei puts a few, as Kiba can see blue lines going through him. What Kiba doesn't know, this is strengthening Macecraft. And Issei basically breaks through the barrier with ease, as even Rias, Akeno, and everyone else is shocked. Kiba then goes back a few feet, realizing that Issei was definitely way more different. Huh. Come on, let's go. I mean, they thought he was different. Is he half-devil? Rias would then say, look at Akeno. No, I don't think he's half-devil. Konako, what do you smell of him? Konako then stands and sees and says, blood. Wait, what? Konako says, I sense blood. Smell of blood is so much on him. Oh my, but I also sense another one. Konako would then say, seeing Issei, the unforgivable smell of a dragon. So wait, is he a dragonborn? Or maybe a dragon-like lineage? Akeno would then say, I'm not sure, I'm getting mixed signals, okay? Give me a break, Konako would then say, looking at Issei, realizing that he's basically an anomaly or an enigma. God, I hope I don't get cancelled for that word. Anyways, as Issei basically then moves for a few other strikes, Kiba tries to block it before going away. That was good and all, as then Kiba pulls out his own sword, pulling out a sword that is bumming with electricity. So, normally this sword is called Electrifier. It isn't really good against, doubles and stuff like that. It has enough electricity as in a stun gun. As immediately Issei realizes this before he just smirks a bit, realizing that, it's not going to affect him at all. As Kiba then goes to the lightning, Issei immediately goes before getting struck by it. Too much cockiness, Issei, huh? Issei, Kiba would then say before he sees Issei moving. He was confused for a bit before he didn't get immediately kicked in the chest. Oh, God, that hurt. Kiba says, getting sent flying before Issei immediately comes to him and then basically elbows him down. Fuck. Kiba says, getting himself back up. Seriously, that was kind of uncalled for. Really? Issei would then say, looking at him. Before he basically moves, Kiba then pulls out his sword, blocking the attack with his head of the attack again. This time his arm a little bit getting rings. As then Kiba basically moves the sword away, ready to strike Issei. As then a green-like gem and the gauntlet of the boosted gear comes on him. As Drake says in the quietest voice he can, boost. As then he punches Kiba, sending him flying for a bit. It was dusty, so no one else saw it except for Issei, as he immediately pulled it away. As then Issei basically goes, holding his two swords next to Kiva's neck. But then he feels a metal felt in his neck as well. This, I guess, is a draw? Kiba would then say, panting a bit. Yeah, it's a draw. As then Kiba gets up as he looks at Issei. You're pretty good with the sword. Oh, who taught you? Issei thinks it a bit. I'm self-taught. Really? Well, talk about mastery even if you're self-taught, Kiba would then say. Anyways, I'll be going now. About something, Issei-kun. Rias would then say, looking at him. Will you be able to join my faction? And here it comes. Issei thinks to himself. I've been trying to get peers members, and us Grandmothers treat our peers as like family, so Issei would then say, let me guess, you want me to become your peers member just so that you can do something, right? She doesn't know what to say, but she basically says, will you be able to join my peers? Issei looks at her for a bit before he says, no. I understand. As Issei then leaves, Rias then says, well, there goes a very highly capable piece for my peers. Don't worry, Bono. So we'll find something to deal with, Raiza-sama. Konoko would then say, yes, I think we will. Akino says to her childhood friend, I just like, if he was on my side, Kiba would then say, don't worry about it. Plus, let's talk about some things. Kiba would then say, looking at her, his strength was not of human. Sure, I've heard of humans training and being able to capable of basically defeating devils and fallen angels, but that's after a long lifetime of training. And Issei currently is 17. I don't know the current age of Issei in DxD. I think it's 18, 17, something like that. Japan's legal age is different, okay? For people curious, that's 14. For people not wondering why I know that fact, I just know it because I watched a particular video of a One Piece YouTuber about something about Yamato and Kaido and like, yeah, it's complicated, okay? I'm not even gonna go an explanation there. Let me cut this part. Actually, you know what? I'm keeping it. Anyways, so basically now what Issei's having is basically gonna have some problems in every situation he's gonna get himself involved into. He basically got himself involved into a ton of situations. He has no idea what to do currently. Issei is currently has a bad set luck of bad setness. AKA, by that I mean his luck is terrible. Currently, as Issei was walking home, he was kind of whistling to himself as he was walking. The school day was over and he'd had nothing else to do. As then immediately he gets attacked. And Issei basically pulls out Kincho and Bakia as he sees it was another fallen angel. Now, you may be asking, how can this be? Donasek and the others have already been captured by Azazel, and that's true. Well, did you forget to mention that there are other fallen angels, Exorcists, and many others? Well, as the one of them looks at him, so, I see now. How very particular. This one fallen angel would then say, as Issei pulls out his sword. Alright, bounded field on. As immediately the bounded field gets on. Oh, really? Are you sure you don't want to call for your allies in the Grimoires? Yeah, I don't need them. How cocky of... Ah! God, my shoulder! He starts looking at an arrow, as Issei is holding a jet black bow, an arrow in his right hand. As he says, what? How? Oh, stop asking questions, Issei says, immediately moving on. Coming in front of him, as he then strikes him down, riddling him with arrows before kicking him away. You know, a gun would have made this faster, Issei says, pulling out a gun. This gun used to belong to Billy the Kid. Another one of the weapons he basically copied during Chaldea, as he basically shoots the man a few times, killing him off. Now that deals with that, Issei would then say, looking at it, I really wish I had some macecraft abilities right about now. Seriously, fire macecraft maybe? No, that sounds very too typical, especially given my red hair. Wait, I don't even have red hair. Issei remembers that he technically doesn't even have red hair anymore. I kind of miss my red hair. And my white hair. God, I miss a lot about myself, Issei says, immediately then jumping away. As he basically jumps away, the bounded field goes away as Chronicle comes out. She basically saw how effortlessly Issei basically destroyed the Fallen, as then Rias comes using her power of destruction to basically get rid of the evidence. Well, that's certainly something else. As Issei arrives to his house, he basically greets his mom, his dad, and he goes to bed. As before he does, a magical circle opens, as then Azazel comes out. Oh, for the love of... What do you want, Azazel? Issei then says, My, you've only met me once and you're already acting like you know me more than God. What does the God of the Bible have to do with any of this? Issei already knowing that man is not the top in this universe. He has already met the Overseer. Well, first of all, I need you to do me a favor. What's that? You can come out. As from the pool comes out Rainer in a maid outfit. Issei basically looks at it and says, I know it's complicated and I know it's very confusing. Oh, hell no. I know what you can do. You're just gonna put her in my care or something like that, Issei says. Well, yes. But what? It's her punishment. Oh, the love of... Oh, boy. How am I gonna explain this to my parents? You don't need to. What do you mean I don't need to? Oh, you're gonna mind fuck them, won't you? Oh, hell no. That's... No, what Jada would then say. Okay, maybe a little just to make it a little bit more convenient for you. As he looks at Raina kind of looks away, meeting his gaze. Yikes. She did realize he fucked up highly badly, not just because of reasons that she doesn't want to get into right about now, but she just looks at Issei and Issei just basically looks at her before he sighs a bit. Azazel, you're one piece of shit, you do realize that, correct? Oh, you're not the first one to tell me that, by the way. Yeah, I know that fact. I know that I'm probably not the first one to basically tell you that you're a piece of shit. Anyways, so what do you exactly want me to do in this situation, Azazel? Well, you can help me do a lot of things. That includes, well, basically help me out in a few other situations as well. Like, I'm doing some missions here and there for me, joining my faction, fuck off. Okay, fine. Anyways, he'll be coming to your house tomorrow. Until then, ta-da! He then says, Zisa basically says them go away. Fuck.
Partner, by any chance, what level is it like at? Because I am pretty sure you have a terrible luck to have these things happening to you over and over and over and over and over and over and over again.
My luck is at freaking E.
You just told me that like I know what that word even means. But I'm just gonna guess the way you said it. You have a pretty terrible luck, don't you?
He says just sighs to himself, realizing that a lot more things is just gonna happen. And as he thinks of that, the next day arrives, where Reina is basically introduced as a maid working for his family. Apparently they had basically mind controlled their fam. Mr. Mind manipulated them to think that Reina was a family maid that came to finally work for them. Which is a lot more easier done because Issei's family was rich. It is rich, it has always been rich. For the people thinking that, have you seen that house they live in? Yes, I know that technically the renovation and everything else kind of works like that in DXD, but in all honesty, they have to be rich to pay that many amount of people living in it. I don't give a crap of how many people like Sergent and Lucifer are paying them, but seriously, what the duck is Issei's family even about now? I question that every single day, sometimes in DXD, so yeah, don't need to worry about that. Also, for people still wondering why this part of the video, the gameplay footage is glitching as hell, I have zero idea as much as all of you do. So yeah. Anyways, let's get back to the video. As basically, after that, Issei basically guides you to her new room. I hope this is not gonna start everything. What do you mean by everything? When I would then say, I don't know, I just have a feeling that this is gonna be leading the way to a lot of situations that I really don't want to get myself involved into. As he then closes the door before leaving her right there, as he basically goes and thinks to himself, you know what, screw it, sleep it is. As he then falls asleep, going to sleep, and he does that. Meanwhile, in a different place, a particular nun arrives to the area. She is highly confused on where she should go, and she's highly wondering when she should go, because she doesn't know where she is or what she is currently doing. She knows that she needs to meet with particular people at a particular time at a particular place, but those people have not even arrived yet. For people still wondering who this is Asia Argento, aka one of Issei's future harem members, I guess in this time it would be Issei and Archer. Again, it's a lot more complicated and situation than I... Seriously, why couldn't I just make this? What if this Issei having Archer's power? Why did I have to make it so complicated? God. And also the script here. What did I wrote for today's script? If you can't tell, I'm basically just not having the best day today. And that's due to my exam coming up, so... Boy. Anyways, let's just... I don't know, continue with the story? Okay, so... anyways... So the next day arrived, Issei was basically just going around, chilling his days, eating food, basically, and talking with Reina a bit here and there. And as he was walking around, he bumps into someone. I'm sorry about that, Issei wouldn't say, picking it up. He sees a blonde-haired girl with a nun-like outfit. He already doesn't know who this girl is, but for the people that do know, this is Asia. Asia. Seriously, why is her name pronounced like the continent of Asia? Anyways... As he picks up Asia, she basically apologizes to him. And after that, Issei realizing that, yes, he doesn't speak Japanese. Issei takes on his throat before saying he thinks he should basically use his language skill. Yeah, no problem like that. Issei then speaks English. Oh, you can speak English? Yeah, I can. Issei was basically a model student, no doubt about it, in this timeline. And basically, he was also a pretty good student in his whole life, so English comes naturally to him, and so does many other languages. After all, being a heroic spirit kind of means that you kind of know every language sort of in existence. It's hard to explain, okay? As after that, Issei talks to her, they hang out for a bit, eat, and then Issei says, "So, where do you want to go?" As she basically says about the church. And Issei takes her there, and Issei says, "Oh, well, would you look at that?" Asya sees that the church has been completely nuked. It's no longer there, no one is there. And check part 3 for, further informations. As then Issei basically takes her away, and they decide to go, well, wherever they want to now. Issei says that she should probably live with her in his house, and they basically go there, and after that she meets with Rainer, and Rainer sees her, and Issei sees the situation and thinks to himself, "Oh, you have to be sitting me in this situation." Issei basically thinks, "God, wait, hold on a minute." As after explaining the situation and Rainer telling her what she was going to do to him, Issei's abundance slash feelings and slash, well, his image of her, just if it wasn't already down the drain, it just went flushing down to a different dimension, and Rainer knows that fact. Issei says, "No, what, screw it. Tomorrow I'm going to introduce you to one of my friends, so let's see." And the next day arrive, Issei introduces us to Rias. And basically, Rias looks at her. And is she serious she wants to do this situation? Issei then looks at him. Well, first of all, the church won't accept her, nor will any other holy place in existence. So where else would she go? She can stay in my house, but I'm going to be a target for some few people anyways. Rias would then say, look at Asya. Now, I have a question. Do you want to become one of my pawns? Asya would then say, if you're Mr. Issei's fan, then I think I can accept it. Alright then. Well, let me just pull out my piece. As he pulls out a bishop piece. You'll make an excellent bishop. I can already tell that. As he said inside. Anyways, think of this as my apologies. Anyways, I'm gonna end it off here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And tell me what other what ifs you want to see in the comment section. Bye.